Hey guys. So I am the train is really loud. So I'm back with just, another video. This is, kind of like a video with purpose, just to talk to people out there about my plastic surgery experience in 2017 that I had. In 2017, I got a nose job, and I just wanted to share like the experience with you guys and the lesson that I learned from it all. And yeah, so I'll show you. Basically, I'm an open book. I'm a private person, but if I can share something that happened in my life that will help others, then I'm more than willing to do that. And so I'll show you the before pictures of me, after pictures, you know what I'm saying? And I'll leave you off with a message and with the whole point of this video. But first, let's get into where it all began. So before plastic surgery, I looked like this. I went to Korea. I went to South Korea, Seoul, Gangnam, for 2 weeks. I spent 14 days in total in Korea. Actually, a little bit more, maybe about 16 days, because on the day I was supposed to fly home to Miami, I pretty much was told, hey, if you stay back for like 2 days or an extra day or so, we'll pay for you to, we'll put you in a hotel, give you flight credit. I got like a flight credit of like $1,000. And because what happened was the plane was like really overbooked. And so they were trying to get passengers to stay like back an extra day. So they said, if you fly out in the morning, we'll put you in a hotel tonight. And we will basically pay for the hotel, and we will give you $1,000 flight credit, meaning you can fly wherever you want and it'll be on them for $1,000. So I was like, okay, yeah, of course. So I pretty much went to Korea for 2 weeks for this plastic surgery. What made me get it, I was insecure. Like all my life, I had heard you're beautiful, but I also heard you're ugly as well. And I pay more attention to the you're ugly. I don't know why, but at that time, I had not yet had a relationship with my father. I had not yet knew who I was in Christ. The Bible says you're wonderfully made. I didn't take that seriously. I just felt like that's just something that God says because we're all his children. He's just being nice. But I never felt like I was truly beautiful. So also because of society and because of how the pressures of society telling you how you should look, a pointy nose, like my nose, if you notice, is very well constructed. My doctor did an awesome job. I don't regret, well, actually I'll get to that later, but about if I regret it or not. But society tells you that if you have like a wide nose, or if it's not pointy or European looking, you're not beautiful. I basically was negatively influenced by people that made me feel very insecure and ugly. And I felt like, well, why is it that, these girls get attention and I don't, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I was kind of like, well, I was looking at how they looked and I was like, oh, they have pointy noses. They're European looking. They're like mixed girls. So that made me really insecure. And I was like, I need to change my appearance to, get like who I want to be with. I need to change my appearance so that I can be beautiful. So my standard of beauty literally was coming from what society said beauty was. That was the worst mistake of my life. So if I could say anything to any girl or any dude out there, because guys get plastic surgery too. Nose jobs aren't just for guys or girls, like just for girls. It's for guys too. Guys do that too. People who feel like they need to bleach their skin to be lighter skinned because they feel like society tells them often that dark skin is not good enough, light skin or being mixed is good enough. People who feel like they need to have a pointy nose in order to be beautiful. and their wide nose isn't good enough. People who basically are told that their natural hair is nappy and unattractive, and you have to have long, straight hair in order to tamed hair, what they call it, in order to be beautiful. Listen, those are all the lies of the devil. God made everybody, he made a variety of people. How boring would the earth be if everybody looked the same? You know what I'm saying? How boring would the earth be if everybody had the same straight hair, the same pointy nose, everybody looks the same way? It would not be reflective of our God, because our God, you know, he's not a God that discriminates, nor is he a God that creates beauty in one way. All of us are made in his image, meaning we look like him, meaning Jehovah, you know, all of us, the wide noses or whatever the case may be, that's beauty. The nappy hair, that's beauty. You know what I'm saying? And just because you have straight hair does not mean you have good hair. You know what I'm saying? That's a big misconception, because I've seen a lot of people with straight hair and their hair looks untamed and unkept, but it's like, it's all about taking care of your hair. Black girls, our hair need moisture. You know, white girls, their hair needs to be washed too. Their hair is prone to lice. So everybody who glorifies this specific image of good hair, or what a beautiful face is, or what a beautiful body is, it's like just society and their imperfect perceptions. And if you go by imperfect society, you'll really mess up your life, because society's always changing. There's never, if it was true that, oh, good hair, straight hair is it, then the natural hair wave would not be out right now. If beauty was only straight hair and no kinkiness, no curliness, then the natural hair wave would not be out right now. It just shows you that because society does not know what they're talking about. Society jumps on bandwagons. What they feel is beautiful with their eyes is what they say is beautiful, but that's not really the truth. And so when you try to live according to these lies and these standards, you change yourself, and it's like, wait a minute, I changed myself for what? Like, everything that I hated about myself, people are now in Hollywood trying to do. I used to hate my lips being full. I used to say, I'm going to get a lip reduction. What if I would have did that? Like, now you got all these girls getting lip fillers. You got all these girls trying desperately overlining their lips to get lips like mine. And here I was as a little girl hating myself because I was teased for having big lips. And because society didn't understand my beauty, I pretty much left my self-esteem in society's hands, which is the biggest mistake you could ever make. Never leave your beauty or your perception of yourself in society's hands, because society is not perfect. Society is imperfect, and society constantly makes mistakes. It's better to rely on God, and God says you're wonderfully made. So you don't need to do plastic surgery or change yourself for anybody, because at the end of the day, what you change about yourself later, there's a big chance you'll regret it. Once you find yourself in God, and once you realize the truth, you'll look back and be like, why did I do that? Because that's what I feel now. I was crying today. I was like, my own father, you know, I told my father, like, you know, this is what I did or whatever. You know, I'm going to tell my dad, like, what I did. Like, he's going to find out anyway. I'm his daughter. So he was like, you didn't need to do that. Like, you already were beautiful or whatever. I said, now I know that. Back then I didn't know. And I was like, man, if only I listened to God when he told me I was wonderfully made, I would have never did anything. Honestly, if I could have my original nose back, I would get my original nose back. I would choose it. I don't care how pointy or how attractive this nose looks to society. If I could have my original nose back, if I could reverse this, I would, because there was nothing wrong with me before. So, I'm going to show you like what I, you know, everything, and hopefully you take something from it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, let's go on to surgery day. I'll show you what I was looking like and how excited I was on surgery day. What's your name, Sim? Good morning, guys. Today's the big day. Oh, just in bed to get this surgery done. Peace. I was like literally so lit surgery day. Like I was lit. I was so happy for what I don't know. But at that time, I was thinking that all my insecurities would go away. I'm going to get a nose job and, boys will like me more. And I was like, I've been getting boys. Like, I've been a baddie. And it's like, I've been getting boys. But yet, it doesn't matter how beautiful you are on the outside. It doesn't matter how much or how many times people tell you you're beautiful. If you don't feel it, you're going to do something to yourself until you feel it, even if you don't need it. Like Queen Naija, she got like a butt job. She didn't need that. Her body was perfect the way that it was. You know what I'm saying? But, it's very clear that myself and also different people, girls, period, like Queen Naija, no matter how famous or rich she is, it's very clear and, that she's insecure. And when you're insecure as a woman, although you don't need certain things and although society can tell you, oh, you're beautiful, if you don't feel that on the inside, if you have a void on the inside, which is what I had, you're not going to care about what people are telling you. You're going to only see the negative because your mind is literally negative and it basically is telling you you're ugly and you're worthless and you're a piece of crap. So you go and you do things to yourself that you don't need to do. Like I didn't need to go do a nose job for what? I was already gorgeous before plastic surgery. Literally, like I would have people stop me in the mall and like stare at me like, you know what I'm saying? Like I definitely know that there's girls that look better than me because I'm not the prettiest girl in the world. I don't think anybody should think that because, we all are equally beautiful. But I've had dudes press me like, but even though I got that attention, it wasn't enough. Why? Because for me, I still felt like I personally was unattractive. And even though people told me I was beautiful, I didn't care about what they were talking about because it was about me and my soul and how broken it was and how I didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? So, I pretty much basically July 4th, 2017, got the surgery done. And after I got the surgery done, I was discharged from the hospital the same day. And a nose job is it's a pretty simple, very, very minimal risk type of procedure. So pretty much I had stitches, I had a nose brace, and I was very swollen. And I was just basically, I had the side effects of someone who just had plastic surgery. And for me, it was kind of like, okay, discharged. Honestly, the pain wasn't like, my hand's covering. The pain was not bad at all. Period pain is worse than the pain that I felt after surgery, which was a blessing. I was discharged with antibiotics for 7 days. I had to take the antibiotics 3 times a day, and I was discharged with pain medicine. The doctors in Korea were very good, very professional, very, very, made my stay and made my my plastic surgery experience very, very good. I really can say that the doctors handled business and took care of me and did a great job. I will say that. They were very kind, and people from Asia are very mannerable and very respectful. That's like the culture. So, I had a very decent experience with that. On the 14th day, I got dressed up. I had on like jeans and this like little jacket. I was going on tour, like to see the city. It's Seoul, Gangnam. I was in Gangnam, Korea, Seoul. And I got to go to grocery shopping because my hotel was like right by 7-Eleven. So every morning I remember getting up, going to 7-Eleven because I could not I could not chew for like 3 months because along with nose surgery, guys, I had got this cheekbone reduction because I felt like my cheekbones were too strong and outward. So I felt like I had like this manly appearance to me. So I had them reduce my cheekbone. So basically what they do is take your cheekbone and put it inward so you can have a more inward, like a more feminine kind of look. But I already looked feminine, you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like, because of that, I could not chew. I was instructed to not chew for like 3 months. So I only could eat like soft food. So I was going to 7-Eleven buying like ice cream, juice, you know what I'm saying? It was a bit of a suffering because it was like I had to basically eat soft foods for 3 months, but then I was able to chew again, solid foods like after 3 months. And so yeah, I got a nose job and I got zygoma reduction, which is cheekbone reduction. So basically I spent, I'll tell you, and it's like, this is why I regret it, because it's like I didn't need it and the money could have stayed in my account. But I'm gonna just show y'all like, you know, what I was doing like in Korea. Like after post-op, I got to go to the 7-Eleven and I got to go on tour on the 14th day, like the day before I was to fly back to America. I basically went on this tour. It was amazing. I saw villages, I saw the temple, I saw so many different things in Korea. I basically saw the whole city. It was beautiful. I got to go on tour and they provided food and stuff like that. I had to like put sauce in my rice and mash it up to eat it because I was on a soft food diet, remember? But yeah. So after I came home, I had swelling, and basically I was told that it would take about a full year for me to recover from from the surgery and for me to swell down completely. It took a little, most of the swelling went down after a year, but I experienced more swelling, you know, going down even after that. And thankfully for me, I didn't have any complications or anything like that. And pretty much I came back to America, and so I had to finish my healing in Miami. And I was home, and you know, I looked like a panda bear because my face was like swollen, you know what I'm saying? But it swelled down eventually. Honestly, I definitely, if I could go back in time, and would I do it? No. Where I'm at now in my self-esteem, you got to understand that no matter how much plastic surgery you get, no matter what butt job you do, no matter what nose job you do, no matter what lip filler you put in, that's not going to make you more secure within yourself. That's only a temporary fix, because when you look in the mirror, you don't look at your changes. You still look at the brokenness inside. You still feel, you know, broken inside, and you still feel like, man, I thought surgery was going to fix my issues and insecurities. But your insecurities, normally they can come from how you look, but really it goes deeper. You know, people have issues, deeper issues than just looks. Like somebody had to have told you was ugly, or somebody, you maybe probably grew up without a father to reassure you that you were beautiful. But it's usually deep-rooted issues that make people go to the extreme of going to, you know, plastic surgery. And then society is no help either, because society is constantly praising and glorifying people that don't look like you. Like they'll always tell you that lighter is better. You got, you know, your own favorite YouTubers do this too. Like, you know, you see the colorism on YouTube even. And then you have people telling you everywhere you see a big butt. like I was even thinking like of getting like liposuction and getting a fat transfer to my butt, but I've been eating fried chicken for like a week now and my butt has significantly increased. So I totally am putting down the whole idea of getting a Brazilian butt lift, because why do I need to do that? The person that really likes me and wants me is going to love my body for what it is. And I have a nice body, and I may have gained weight because I used to be like real skinny. Like growing up, I was a chubby, like I was like, my mama fed me a lot. So I was pretty of a well-fed child. Then I was like, thick in high school. Then I got skinny because I went vegan. Then I gained weight because of my depression. But I mean, when I'm like normally like on my like healthy tip, like, I'm pretty much a thick girl, like just kind of like, it's either I'm slim, thick. No, it's either I'm slim because I'm vegan, or if I'm not vegan, I'm just thick. You know what I'm saying? So, my body is just, I have a nice body, and why would I go and I cut myself open for what? Who am I impressing? You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is, guys, I spent 16 grand, on trying to improve an appearance that was already beautiful. And I was told from day one by God that I was in an awe-inspiring way, I am wonderfully made. I was told that from the jump, but I didn't believe him, and I went and I did my own thing. And that's what happens when you don't trust in God. You think that it's a game when he says things in scriptures, and then it's like you look up and you're like, I really didn't need to do that. So, that 16 grand could have stayed in my account. You know what I'm saying? But I went and I dropped about 4 bags just to be beautiful when I already was. And after my plastic surgery, I was still insecure, and I was still miserable and depressed and sad. And today I feel confident and happy, and I love myself, not because of plastic surgery like you would think, since I spent so much money on it and since I got it done and it looks good. No, plastic surgery didn't change my feelings about myself. It's literally studying the Bible and learning how God views me, and really believing in getting closer to God, and learning like I'm beautiful and wonderfully made. That is what made me believe that I'm beautiful. That is what got me confident, not this plastic surgery. So really, the cure for self-esteem issues and insecurities is not plastic surgery. It's literally Jehovah God. It's literally believing him when he says you are wonderfully made. And I'm going to leave that scripture in the end, because people need to read it, meditate on it, and understand that it's impossible for God to lie. So if he's telling you you're beautiful, although you don't see it, believe him. Eventually you'll see it. Eventually your mind, he'll adjust your thinking. He'll help you to see what he sees. Because a lot of times we don't see ourselves how God sees ourselves. And we go do these things to try to see. And we spend money unneeded. And we depend on people that don't have a clue about what true beauty is for our self-esteem. But if you trust in Jehovah and you really, really take seriously what he says, you will save a lot of money, and you will truly be happy with yourself. Because to be honest, plastic surgery will not make you happy with yourself. It only will make you feel good temporarily, and then it's like at night you're still crying. You know what I mean? So that was my experience. I mean, the whole time, like when I was post-op, like, I wasn't happy. I was sad. First of all, I flew out there alone. Second of all, I was still haunted by my own insecurities, depression, and problems and issues. And at that time, me still struggling with not having a dad and all these problems. You really think plastic surgery or a knife, was able to cut away my hurt and my childhood trauma and issues? No. I'm telling you, it's a waste. Take it from me. I made the mistake of doing that and investing so much of my confidence in a doctor, you know, when I should have been investing it in God. But, you know, you learn from your mistakes. So all the little girls out there, love your natural hair. Love your dark skin. Love your body. Love your stretch marks. Love your cellulite. I have a lot of cellulite. Love everything about you. And work on your heart. Work on your self. And not by a doctor or a knife. Who playing trap music while I'm out here being deep? I just really don't like. But like I was saying, love yourself. And you do that not by a doctor, not by a knife, not by spending money, but by drawing close to God, your creator, who made you beautiful, and trusting in his word instead of trusting in society, who's imperfect and does not have a perfect opinion. They just simply have an opinion, you know, an invalid one at that, compared to God's facts. Okay. You got to put fact over opinion. Somebody may call you ugly. That's an opinion. What's the fact? You were wonderfully made. That's inscribed in the Bible. That's law. Okay. An opinion doesn't trump law. Period. Had I known that, I would have been $16,000 richer. But I mean, so yeah, I do regret if I could, like I said, if I could go back, I wouldn't do nothing to myself because I was fine. But, you know, I'm still beautiful, yes, but I was beautiful before. I just know that I didn't need to do that. And me doing that did not help me get over my problems. It's literally, you know, no knives or a doctor that helped me get over my problems. God did. You know what I'm saying? So that's the message, guys. Love yourselves. Love yourself. Don't go waste that money. Don't do it. You know, I've done it and I can tell you that I regret it. But all right, guys. I just hope that you get to see what it really is and what the reality is, and make the right decision. You know, whenever you feel like insecure, look at this video and remember what I said, and you'll see that the solution for me, when I went to go get it done, it didn't do anything for me. I was still insecure and still broken and hurt inside afterwards. I got healed, not by plastic surgery once again, but by Jehovah God himself. And I'm going to share the scripture with you that you always have to look at whenever you feel unpretty. You know what I'm saying? Because you are pretty.